It started at exactly 3:14 in the afternoon, every single day. Bear would walk across the rug, stop in front of Hannah on the couch, press his flat little face against the left side of her chest, and just stay there, eyes closed, breathing slow, for 7, sometimes 8 minutes at a time. For 94 days, Hannah thought it was the cutest thing her cat had ever done. On the 95th day, a doctor in a quiet office told her something that turned her blood cold. Whatever made you come in this week, please thank them, because you didn't have much time left. This is the story of a cat 7 different families had already thrown away. His name was Bear, a blue exotic short hair with a flat, smushed face, amber eyes, and a permanent expression that looked like he disapproved of everything in the room. When Hannah first saw his photo on the rescue website, she actually laughed. He looked like a tiny, grumpy old man trapped inside a cat suit. But underneath that flat little face was a story Hannah didn't know yet. Bear had been born on a Pennsylvania breeding farm. The breeder had advertised him as show-quality kitten. By 8 weeks old, the breeder noticed his nose was a fraction too long, his eye spacing was a fraction too wide. The numbers on the page didn't match what the registry wanted, so she stopped feeding him show cat food and put him in the back kennel with the rest of the rejects. The first family bought him at 4 months old, then returned him 3 weeks later. He snored too loudly, his eyes watered, he cost too much in vet visits. The second family kept him for 2 months. They wanted a quiet, decorative cat. Bear would not stay decorative. He climbed curtains, he knocked over wine glasses, he stared at strangers like he was reading their bank statements. Family 3 returned him after 17 days. Family 4 kept him 3 weeks. By the time Bear arrived at the small rescue in upstate New York, he had been in 7 different homes. The intake worker wrote one line in his file: confused but not aggressive, possibly bonded once, has stopped trying. Hannah was 38 years old that summer, newly divorced, living alone for 14 years. She was not the kind of person who scrolled rescue websites at 1 a.m., but that night she did. And Bear's photo stopped her thumb mid-scroll. Something about that grumpy little face looked like she felt inside. She drove 90 minutes the next morning to meet him. Bear walked across the entire shelter floor. He sat directly on her foot. He did not look up. He did not make a sound. She filled out the paperwork in the parking lot. For the first 6 weeks, Bear simply existed. He ate, he slept on top of the refrigerator, he stared at her from across rooms with that flat, judgmental little face. Hannah talked to him out loud anyway, about her divorce, about her job, about the empty side of the bed. Bear listened. He never moved closer, he never moved away. And then, one Tuesday afternoon in March, something shifted. Hannah was reading on the couch when Bear jumped up beside her. He walked across her lap, he stopped at her chest, he pressed his flat, smushed face directly against the left side of her ribs, and he closed his eyes. For 7 full minutes, he didn't move. When he finally got up, he walked back to the kitchen like nothing had happened. He did the exact same thing the next day at 3:14 in the afternoon. Same spot, same side, same 7 minutes. And the next day, and the next. Pause for 1 second, real quick. Some people swear animals can sense things doctors can't. Others say it's coincidence and pattern matching. There's 2 camps on this. Hit that subscribe button now. What a doctor finds in this story is going to settle the argument forever. By day 30, Hannah had told 3 friends about it. 2 of them said it was sweet. One of them, a nurse named Priya, went very quiet on the phone and said, "Hannah, how long has he been doing this?" By day 50, Bear had stopped only doing it at 3:14. He started doing it at night, too. He would crawl under the covers and press his face against the same exact spot. He would purr like he was trying to vibrate something out of her body. Hannah laughed about it on social media. Her followers loved Bear. Bear became a minor internet celebrity. The grumpy face, the chest hugs, the little snoring sounds he made. By day 80, Hannah noticed she was tired. Bone tired. The kind of tired sleep didn't fix. By day 90, the spot on her chest where Bear pressed his face had started to feel different, heavier, slightly warmer. She told herself she was imagining it. She told herself she had become hyper-aware because of her cat. On day 94, Priya called her again. "Hannah, please, just go in for a scan, just to be safe." Hannah went in on day 95. The technician was kind. The radiologist was quieter than radiologists usually are. 3 hours later, Hannah was sitting in a small office across from a doctor she had never met before. He had her chart open on his laptop. He said it gently. He said it slowly. He said the words stage 1 and caught early and highly treatable. And then he said the sentence that made Hannah grip the arm of her chair. "Whatever made you come in this week, please thank them, because you didn't have much time left." Hannah drove home with her hands shaking on the steering wheel. She walked into her apartment. Bear was sitting on the kitchen floor, waiting for her. She got down on her knees. She picked him up. She pressed his flat little face against her chest, exactly where he had been pressing it for 94 days. She held him there for a long, long time. And then she whispered the only words she could find. "You knew. You knew the whole time, didn't you, Bear?" Bear did not move. He just closed his eyes, and he started to purr. 11 months later, Hannah is in remission. Her oncologist still calls her early detection case a small miracle. She tells him every time she sees him, it wasn't a miracle. It was a cat 7 families threw away. Bear still does it. Every afternoon at 3:14. Same spot, same 7 minutes. The doctors think it's just a habit now. Hannah is not so sure. Here is what nobody told the breeder who sold him cheap. Nobody told the 7 families who returned him. Nobody told the rescue worker who wrote, "has stopped trying," in his file. Some animals don't smell with their nose. They smell with something we don't have a name for yet. The cats we call broken are sometimes the ones who notice things the rest of us are too busy to see. They watch us. They study us. They press their face against the part of us we've been ignoring. And sometimes they save the life everyone else was about to walk past. Bear was never defective. He was paying attention. So tell me honestly, do you think Bear actually smelled what was wrong, or do you think it was just a habit that got lucky? Tell me in the comments.